Hello everybody, it's Sevilla I Love, and here on this channel we are getting back to living and loving life again after a major life-altering loss, such as being widowed. I want to welcome you all here and remind you to like and subscribe to this channel. If you like this content, please feel free to share it with other people if you think they might be helped. That's what I'm here to do. I've got a couple of things tonight to share with you. People write into me all the time asking me questions about their situations, and while as I can't answer everybody's questions, I do like to keep track of them and be able to share them with you, because you know what? None of us are alone. We're all, a lot of us, going through the same things. And so whether you're close to your loss, whether you're far out from your loss, many widows are trying to date again, and they want to get back out there and see what the world is like. And guess what? A lot of people are having a problem with online dating. I recently made a video about it, and I'm going to do more on that as well, because there's more content to come on online dating and keeping yourself safe and figuring out how to do that. And I have some experts that are willing to help me with that too. But let's get into the content tonight. So remember to like and subscribe, and let's get rolling. So I had one viewer that wrote into me, and she says, "Good evening, Sevilla. I've been struggling with some things and I wanted to share it with you. It's been almost 5 years since my husband passed, and I'm still alone. I fear that I may be alone for the rest of my life. Dating is very difficult these days. Men my age," she says she's 49, "want women much younger. And online dating's an absolute nightmare. I used to believe that I will meet someone when the time is right. I'm not so sure about that anymore. I like my life and I found my own happiness, but I would love to share happiness with someone else. What are your thoughts?" Okay, well, I do have some thoughts on that, and I am going to share it with you. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to give you a name. I'm going to call you Lakeisha, okay? So Lakeisha, because I love that name, I had a friend with that name, is beautiful. So Lakeisha, let me tell you something. All those guys out there that are looking for 25-year-old hotties and they're 50, 60 years old, 40, 50, 60 years old, guess what? I got a secret for you. You don't want those guys. You don't want those guys. You're not looking for those guys. You don't need 50 men. Because I'm going to be honest with you, yes, a lot of men are looking for younger women. They are going to go for the hottest, youngest thing they can find, and that's just the truth. Wait, I got these earpods in, I don't need them, I'm taking them out. They're uncomfortable. So they think that they can get a younger woman. That's great. Guess what? Here's a task for you. Let them go after the 25-year-olds. Because I'll tell you what, when I was younger and I was dating, after I was divorced from my first husband, I thought, what are these old guys doing coming after me? Ew. I was young and hot, and I was not interested in those old guys. But you know what? There are some young women out there that are looking for an older guy that's going to take care of them. Fine. Guess what? This is none of your business. Just want to say, none of your business. What I mean is, don't put your energy there. You don't need 50 guys. You need one guy. And guess who that one guy is? That one guy is the guy that's looking for you. He's looking for the qualities that you have. He's looking for the companionship that you offer. He's looking for someone who makes him feel the way you make him feel. And you don't know him yet, and he doesn't know you yet, but he's on his way to you. And so let me share with you some ways that you can envision this person coming into your life. But first, let me tell you, what you focus on increases. So if you've got all your time, energy, and attention focused on this guy that wants a younger woman, and you're angry and you're just like over it, then where are you putting all of your attention? You're putting your attention on what you don't want. Don't do that. Shift that attention over this way. And in this pathway, what I want you to do is to put all of the things that you would love to see show up in your world. And not only that, but what I want you to go another step further. I want you to envision what it would feel like to have that next new love in your life. Imagine yourself out on a date. You're in the presence of this new guy. Now, don't put a face on him. Don't put a name. Don't put a height. Don't put a weight. Don't put a career. Just put into this scenario. You're with an entity. And in that meeting with that person, envision how it's going to feel when you're with him. Are you going to be feeling cherished? Are you going to be feeling loved? Are you going to feel excited? Are you going to have butterflies in your stomach? Are you going to feel sexual attraction? Are you going to feel his sexual attraction and desire for you? Focus on the feelings of what this guy is going to bring and what you're going to bring to that interaction. Not what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like. Every time you find yourself getting frustrated or irritated about this guys all want the younger women thing, remind yourself, I don't want that guy. I don't want the guy that wants the 25-year-old girl. I want the guy who wants me. And then bring yourself back into that feeling of what it's going to be like when you're with him. And envision it as if it is now. And when you're lying in bed alone at night, envision what it's going to feel like to have his arms around you. What it's going to feel like to have him breathe in your ear. All of these things are going to be a much more likely scenario to attract into your world that which you want. You become the magnet. When you focus on what you don't want, all you're doing is bringing more guys that want 25-year-old girls to you. Let them go find 25-year-old girls. That's none of your business. Don't give it any oxygen, right? Your attention is here. And the same thing goes for any men out there. You think a woman just wants a guy that's got this big, got a big fancy job and a big fancy paycheck and wants all these kinds of things. Whatever it is you think the woman that you think you want, really want in a guy, well, those aren't your women. That's not the girl that you want. There's a person out there that's uniquely suited to you. And they're looking for you just as much as you're looking for them. So allow yourself to be open and available in many different areas in your life, not just online dating. God, that process sucks. You can find people on there, but it's so painful. So allow yourself to be open to other avenues. A friend of mine, when she was widowed, she was, around friends, and she went to her guy friends who worked with a bunch of other guys. And she said, hey, I'm single and available and I'm open to date. And she just let them know. And so the next thing she knew, they were throwing a barbecue and, they invited some single guys along. And guess what? She ended up marrying one of them, and she was in her 50s. Okay. So, and he was just a little bit older than her. And I'll also tell you too, when I was in my 40s, I also saw the same thing. A lot of guys wanting younger women, and that was irritating. But I found this one guy, and he was a super hot hunk. And I was like, okay, this guy's not going to be talking to me, but I'm going to reach out anyway. So I said hi. Well, 7 years later, I'm still with that same guy. And let me tell you, when I got with him and we started chatting, he said, I really don't want to be with a woman a lot younger than me. He says, my last girlfriend was 10 years younger than me. And he said, and we didn't have much in common. We didn't have anything to talk about. We just didn't have, she just didn't get me. I didn't get her. And it was irritating. He says, I don't want to date a woman that much younger than me. I want a woman close to my age. Now, I don't know why, but I told a cab driver this story once. Go figure, but we were yakking. So I told him about this story of my guy wanting a woman his own age. And he says, oh, that's bullshit. No guy wants a woman his own age. They all want younger women. He's lying to you. And so what I want you to consider is there's a difference between finding someone attractive. I mean, who's not going to look at a young, beautiful human being? I mean, there's some hot young man that walks by, you're like, oh, well, he's cute, even if you're like, he could date my daughter. I mean, whatever you're thinking, you're looking. Okay, so beauty is beauty, and it's okay to look. You can't blame a guy for looking, right? But that doesn't mean that that's what the person wants in their life. I mean, how shallow is that person that only wants one particular aspect of a human being? If that's what they want, then that's not your guy. That's not your girl. If she's just looking for a guy with a big paycheck, or if she just wants you for your paycheck, you don't want that person. So just know that if you put out there what you want, what you're looking for, based on how it's going to feel in your life, you are setting yourself up for a greater level of success than if you're focused on what you don't want. So stop that. That's good therapy. Just say, stop it. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next question. Okay. So the next question is about, it's from another woman, and she says the following. She says, "Hi, Sevilla. One question I have is, how do you navigate grief and love when you're a widow and he's a widower? I still miss my husband and he misses his wife, but we're still here. Sometimes it feels like 2 steps forward and 1 step back. There is a deep connection between us and we are falling in love. But sometimes we feel guilty too. We've been dating for 6 months and we're learning to enjoy each other and start our lives over." Okay. Oh, so I love this one. I love this one. Okay, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. Okay, listen. You guys bring each other a great gift. And first of all, congratulations for finding love again. You guys both being widows makes a huge opportunity for bonding because you guys get it, right? If it's a holiday or you're having another first or a memory, you guys are going to be able to give each other that compassion that the other person needs in that instance. And how wonderful is that? So many people don't date other widows, right? And the other person struggles to understand them, which is one of the things that they've got a lot of content on this channel about that, right? A lot of content because people are struggling with that. But you guys are both widows. So you got number one, something on your side. Number two, your grief, your guilt, your sadness is not a badge of honor. Having all of those things is okay, it's fine. But it doesn't mean that you loved them more because you have guilt when you're feeling joy. It's that little piece that holds us back and says, don't be too happy. Don't be too happy. Don't get too excited. There's a little bit of doubt that comes in. You know, could I really be this happy again? Do I deserve this? Is it okay? Absolutely, it's okay. It's totally okay. And I'm going to tell you why it's okay. Because your loved ones on the other side are sitting in the seat of joy, happiness, and love. They are on the other side. They're free from the bonds of this life, these bodies, this pain, this suffering, ups and downs, and wars, and politics, and COVID viruses. They're fine. And they want us to be happy. Your bond that you had with them is not over. It continues. And the bond you had with your loved one is infinite. It's forever. It will never be severed. You didn't choose the separation. It was taken from you. Okay? It was taken from you. Did not decide that their life was going to end. At least I hope you didn't decide that. So, and I don't mean in case of hospice when somebody has to let someone go. So I just want to give that a little bit of grace because that is the case for some people. So let's just put that aside. I don't mean that. And I don't mean to be crass. But since you didn't choose for this person to leave your life in that way, you have a right to be able to have joy and love again. Right? You have a right to be able to move forward. And the bond that you may form with this new person in the living world, in the physical world here, that bond with them is going to be unique. And if you carry on throughout your life and this person becomes a new love for you, then that bond is also unique and unbreakable. On the other side, the heart, the soul is infinite. And we can have unique bonds with people, many, many different souls, Think if you believe in reincarnation, how many lives have you had where you've had bonds with people and they don't get severed? They remain. And so don't feel like you're cheating or anything like that if you continue to love again in this life. If you had a decently good marriage and you're pretty happy, or most of the time, you want more of that. And if you were unhappy, you definitely want to be happy again. So allow it to come in. So since the pain, the suffering, the guilt is not a badge of honor, what is a badge of honor? Love, happiness, joy. That's a badge of honor. That is the resonance in which they sit in right now. So if you're joyful, you're happy, you're moving forward in your life, that helps them on the other side as well, because they know you're doing okay. What is it you want to know about them on the other side? You want to know that they're okay. You want to know that they're happy, that they're doing well. What are you doing on the other side? Well, are they active? Are they doing something? Are they happy? You just want to know they're okay. They want the same thing for us. So why are you going to deny it to yourself? Why are you going to ruin a moment with guilt? Don't do that. Stop it. Stop it. That's my advice. Stop it. Let the guilt go and allow yourself the joy and the honor that you bring to the love that you had before by honoring the love that you are continuing to grow in. You're making more love in the world. By golly, more love, more love. Don't we need more love in the world? And who are you to stop any of it? So don't. Choose to be in joy and happiness. Choose love and joy as your badge of honor to your late spouses by choosing it with each other and letting go of the guilt that does not serve you at all. And as one of my most favorite subscribers said, don't forget, y'all need to subscribe to Sevilla's channel. Have a good night. Bye.